Hello, welcome to my channel WWE Pulse.
The single greatest moment in WrestleMania history. That's right. The second that Seth Rollins decided to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania 31 will go down in WWE history forever. Hello everyone, it's me. And today I want to talk about the heist of the century. We're talking about the moment when Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase and walked away with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this happened almost 10 years ago. So you may be asking yourself why we're talking about this now. Well, because last week on Raw, Cody Rhodes revealed that he had a mystery partner for tonight's main event tag team match against the Usos. And when the mystery partner appeared, boom! It was none other than Seth Rollins. This led to a contract signing for tonight's match, which will now be a Hell in a Cell match. And while I'm very excited to see Cody and Seth in action tonight, I am also sad because they are not going to be able to replicate the magic that happened 10 years ago at WrestleMania 31. Now, if you didn't know much about professional wrestling before this moment, then you might have been shocked when Seth Rollins jumped the top rope and cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. But if you were a wrestling fan, there was something incredibly poetic about what happened next. Before I get into why it was so great, I need to set the scene. The year is 2015 and WrestleMania 31 has just come to its exciting conclusion. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns were going back and forth in the main event. And after a while back and forth, Roman finally managed to hit 2 spears on Brock. It looked like he was gonna win. But out of nowhere, Brock countered an attempted pin and locked in the Kimura. Just when all hope seemed lost for Roman, the crowd erupted as Seth Rollins ran down to the ring, made a beeline for Brock and hit him with a pedigree. He grabbed the title and pinned Brock to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You might be thinking, how could you possibly say that this was the best moment in WrestleMania history? Well, let me break it down for you. First, it's simply shocking. To this day, I still remember watching this live, and when I saw Seth Rollins jump the ropes, I thought to myself, oh no, what is he doing? There's no way he's actually going to do it. But it did Italiano. And the look on Brock Lesnar's face was priceless. He was in disbelief. He literally couldn't believe what had just happened. And honestly, neither could I. You have to give credit to whoever was in charge of capturing his reaction, because it became one of the most iconic images in wrestling history. It wasn't supposed to happen. It shouldn't have happened. But in classic heel fashion, Seth Rollins took advantage of a situation and won the biggest prize in sports entertainment. But that's not the only reason why this moment was so great. The second reason is that Seth Rollins absolutely deserved it. Throughout his career, Rollins has always found a way to find himself in the main event of big matches. Think back to his time in the Shield. Rollins was always the one who was left out of the main events. He was the third wheel, despite being arguably the best in the ring. He was overshadowed by Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. When the Shield eventually broke up, Rollins turned on his brothers and cashed in his briefcase to become the WWE Champion for the first time. Soon after, he would leave the Authority and become the face of the company. In my opinion, he has always been the most entertaining member of the Shield. And in 2015, he proved that he could hang with the big dogs. I don't think many people expected Rollins to beat Lesnar, but I did. Not only did he deserve a world title run more than anyone else in the company, but he was also the only person who could realistically beat Brock at that time. Let's be honest, Brock was a monster. Heel. He destroyed everything in his path and was the most dominant WWE champion of all time. The only people who came close to beating him were guys like John Cena and, of course, Seth Rollins. Speaking of John Cena, he was actually scheduled to face Brock at WrestleMania, but due to an injury, he had to be replaced by Roman Reigns. This worked out perfectly for Rollins, because there was no way Roman was beating Brock clean. But Seth had a chance, and despite the odds being stacked against him, he pulled off the upset. And third, it was brilliantly executed. It's funny because every single person in the arena knew what was going on. The commentators said it, the fans chanted it, and even poor old Joe Wheeler tried to warn Roman. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. From a kayfabe perspective, Roman had just hit 2 spears and should have easily covered Brock Lesnar. But because of Seth's actions, he lost the match. And more importantly, he lost the championship. For some people, this could have been a bad thing. But if you ask me, it was the best thing for Roman's character. It forced him to take a step back and realize that maybe he wasn't as invincible as he thought. In addition to this, Seth's actions created a huge wedge between Roman and the audience. Up until this point, Roman was the top guy and the fans cheered him. But after this, everything changed. They blamed him for losing the match and booed him relentlessly. It would take years for him to overcome this, but it was a necessary evil that helped make him a better performer. So, there you go. Those are my thoughts on why Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania 31 was the greatest moment in WrestleMania history. Obviously, this is my opinion and I'd love to hear yours. What do you think of this moment? Do you think it deserves a no? One spot.
Fine.
Or do you think I'm crazy? Either way, I would love to hear your thoughts. So please, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe because it really does help me grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.